Hello, dear viewers of Jeff the Drummer. I am Jeff the Drummer, and thank you for watching. I would like to wish everybody a new year, Happy New Year. God, I just can't talk today. It's one of those days. Blah, 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 blah. I would like to wish all of you a Happy New Year, and I hope you all had a safe and fun holiday season. I traveled back to the East Coast, and I spent a week in Boston, Massachusetts, and I also spent a week in my hometown, which is Waterville, Maine, central Maine. Yes, for those of you that don't know, I'm actually from Maine. Maniac. It was great to see all my old friends and family. I got to make some music with some old colleagues of mine, and I got to spend some time in the studio mixing some music with my dear friend Matt Cataret. I was going to try to chronicle the whole trip and make a video out of it, but things were kind of a whirlwind, and I just had too much to do, and the situations didn't really warrant me carrying a video camera around, so unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. Do apologize for that. There were some things that would have made interesting fodder in terms of a Jeff the Drummer episode, but here I am back in Southern California, and for today's episode I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about my thoughts on a certain subject that kind of came up last night. I went to a jam session last night here in LA, and this is something that I've kind of been thinking about a lot lately, and over the years, both as a professional and also while I was a student, this is a subject that comes up consistently, and it's the concept of overplaying. Some of the guys that were playing at this jam, in my opinion, were just playing way too much. Not all of them. There are some awesome drummers there. Some world-class guys that tour with world-class talent, and they just have great facility, and they know what to play and when to play it. But some of these guys just play way too much. And I know that everybody has a different opinion on this, and I want to just throw it out there that I'm not talking about any kind of stylistic thing. I don't care if you're a jazz drummer, rock drummer, fusion drummer, gospel drummer. Particularly the gospel genre tends to get a bad rap because a lot of those guys play a lot. I don't really agree with that. I think that style of playing is great, and these guys have amazing chops. Excuse me. And most of those guys know what to play and when to play it. So while at certain points of the music they might start to become really busy and play a lot of notes, that's appropriate for that style. So I don't have a problem with that. I'm not talking a specific style. I'm just talking in general. And this isn't just for drummers. This is for all sorts of different players. You know, guitar players, bassists, singers, pianists, horn players. I hear it all the time. You know, there's a certain point of a piece of music that requires more subtlety, and you got guys just blowing licks all over the place. I really wish that people would kind of pay more attention to the musicality of the moment and be responsible about that. I think as musicians, we're all responsible for playing the music. It's not about us. In my opinion, it's not about us. It's about the music. It's about the piece of music that you're playing. And we're all vehicles to deliver that music to whomever's listening, even if there's no one listening. In my opinion, it needs to be a selfless act. Even if you're soloing. I think if you're soloing, of course, it's the musical moment is on you. But even then, that's still a musical moment that needs to be supported and delivered in an appropriate way and in a musical and artistic way. You hear a guy that's really playing for the moment and being honest about what he plays and is trying to support the musical moment, then the things he plays are much more interesting and much more genuine, as opposed to somebody who's just up there trying to quote-unquote show off. That's something, like I said before, that's someone who's just playing for themselves and just, you know, eating up the spotlight. But it's of my opinion, and you know, I know I'm going to start a discussion and a debate about this, and I welcome that, because everybody has a different opinion on this, but musicians need to consider the performance experience as a selfless act of delivering the music to whomever, even if there's no one listening. I think that's the responsibility of a musician. Whether it be if you're writing your own music, performing somebody else's music, any situation, we're just vehicles for the music, and we're just a means of delivery for the music. I have a 20-year career in this, and I can tell you that there were times in my career, mostly when I was younger, that I would think not so much about the fact that I was just a vehicle for the music, but that it was about me. And guess what? I wasn't working that much back then. And I had a couple of really important teachers that told me, look, you got to change how you approach this, and you need to think more in terms of how your responsibility as a musician is to deliver the music. And that was one of the most important lessons I ever learned. And so when I started to approach my instrument more like that, I started getting a lot more work. Coincidence? I don't think so. So anyway, I guess in today's episode, I know this isn't as interesting as some of the other ones, and I'm kind of on my soapbox here, but I'm trying to just help people that are getting started, or even people that are in the midst of their careers and they want to take it to the next level. I really truly believe that if we all think of ourselves as vehicles for the music and we play selflessly and let it flow through us and not think so much in terms of showing off and being like, hey, check out how fast I can play a single stroke roll around the drum kit or whatever. I think if we think of it more in terms of a selfless act, then our experience of the performance is going to be better, and also other people are going to enjoy our performances better. I really do. I welcome your comments and suggestions and your opinions on this, because like I said, everybody has a different opinion on this. It's not a cut and dried subject. There are musical moments where you need to play a lot, but I think that if you approach it correctly, then that's okay. It's all about the music. That's really what it comes down to. I guess that's all for today. I hope that you guys have some interesting comments. Please keep it nice. I appreciate that. I welcome all of your opinions, but please keep it nice. And I'd rather not see a whole bunch of battles going on in the comments below this video. So anyway, I am Jeff the Drummer, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching. I'm going to try and post a video once a week, all year long, maybe even more than once a week, depending on what's going on. There's lots to come. Lots of developments are happening in my career right now, and I promise I will chronicle all of them as much as I can. And in all those videos, I guarantee that you will find some value in them as a professional musician, and you will find some tip or some piece of information that will help you with your career. So, that said, you can always face me... I still can't talk. You can always find me at JeffTheDrummer.net. Please come by, join the forum. All it takes is an email address. I hope that we can continue discussions like this one on the forum there. And if you like what you saw today, I urge you to please subscribe. And you can also find me on Facebook, Jeff the Drummer. You can find me on Twitter at JTD and Google+, Jeff the Drummer. So please come by, say hello, and I welcome your comments and suggestions, and I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful evening, and keep it grooving. See ya.